Welcome to my daily PBJ devotionals for this year. If you do all the Bible readings in this program when I read them out, you will read through the Bible this year. So, read Genesis 1, Ezra 1, and Matthew 1 today. This devotional is about Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and void, and darkness was over the surface of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw that the light was good. He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let there be an expanse between the waters, to separate the waters from the waters." So God made the expanse and separated the waters beneath it from the waters above, and it was so. God called the expanse sky. And there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the sky be gathered into one place, so that the dry land may appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the gathering of waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth vegetation, seed-bearing plants, and fruit trees, each bearing fruit with seed according to its kind." And it was so. The earth produced vegetation, seed-bearing plants according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky, to distinguish between the day and the night, and let them be signs to mark the seasons and days and years. And let them serve as lights in the expanse of the sky, to shine upon the earth." And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars as well. God set these lights in the expanse of the sky to shine upon the earth, to preside over the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth in the open expanse of the sky." So God created the great sea creatures, and every living thing that moves, with which the waters teemed according to their kinds, and every bird of flight after its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters of the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth." And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. And God said, Let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kinds, livestock, land crawlers, and beasts of the earth according to their kinds. And it was so. God made the beasts of the earth according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and everything that crawls upon the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, to rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, and over all the earth itself, and every creature that crawls upon it." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, and every creature that crawls upon the earth." Then God said, "Behold, I have given you every seed-bearing plant on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit contains seed. They will be yours for food. And to every beast of the earth, and every bird of the air, and every creature that crawls upon the earth, everything that has the breath of life in it, I have given every green plant for food." And it was so. And God looked upon all that he had made, and indeed it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. This is God's word. What is the greatest feat of human engineering ever accomplished? Could it be the Apollo missions to the moon, or the pyramids in Egypt, or the creation of the internet, or the Palm Islands in Dubai? An internet search will yield many interesting suggestions. People have designed and built some incredible things. All those things, however, required years of thinking, planning, and building, not to mention large amounts of money. By contrast, God spoke and things formed instantaneously. That's the message of Genesis 1. Our massive universe, with innumerable planets, including Earth, were brought into existence from nothing. God willed and spoke, and there they were. This is even more impressive when we consider that God is pure spirit. He created not only the physical objects in an instant, but also the very concepts of matter and energy that comprise the physical objects in the world and the universe. Imagine writing a story with shapes and rules and beings and languages that don't already exist. Before you could create the setting and the characters in the story, you'd have to make up the shapes and the rules for how matter and energy behave, and so on. That would take time and mental effort to develop before you could even begin writing the story. But God did all this and made it a reality with merely a series of commands. The more deeply I think about this, the more it causes me to stand in awe of God and his greatness. But let's come back to all that people have accomplished and created. Fish don't build homes, much less rockets. Bears wouldn't know what to do with a computer if they had one. They certainly would never build one. When verse 26 says, "Then God said," this is from the NIV, but verse 26 says, "Then God said, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule," and so on. When we read that, we understand that humans create things. And the reason that humans create things is because we were made in the image of our Creator. Everything that exists started with an idea, but ideas themselves are worthless until someone takes action to make them reality. When we decide to act on an idea, to put thought and energy and effort into making an idea into reality, then we are following in the image of God our Creator. A new year is upon us. What ideas do you have in your mind that would be amazing if they were reality? Did you have the same idea last year? Did you do any act at all to move forward, making those ideas into reality? 1 year from now, what could be true about your life that is only now an idea in your head? What steps do you need to take to move closer to that reality? God gave you and me and every other human being the power to create. We can't speak things into existence like he did or make something out of nothing like he did. But we can take the ideas we have and the raw materials God deposited into this magnificent earth around us and take those things and follow his example, the example of our Creator. Be a good steward this year of the mind and resources God gave you. Take those ideas in your head and act on them, moving them closer to reality. By doing this, you'll be obeying the command, in part, that God gave to us through Adam in verse 28b, which says from the NIV, "Be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it." So I want to encourage you as you end your devotional time right now, or at least this part of your devotional time, to think about how God would want you to act this year, what ideas he would want you to bring into reality. Think about that today, and then think about the steps that are needed to go forward. And I'll see you next time. Happy New Year. Hope you have a great day today.